Howdy, folks, and welcome to another day in the Milky Way. And tonight, we got another great show for you. If I can hold on to everything I got here going on, we got another show for you about H.P. Blavatsky, and this one's called The Army of the Voice. We all got a voice. It's part of your chakra system. It sits right about here. If you don't know that, and we're going to be talking a little bit about that tonight. We're going to talk about the Army of the Voice. What is it all about? And you know I'm going to mispronounce some of these words, but here goes nothing. The Army of the Voice. This was the Army of the Voice. And the divine serpentary, the sparks of the seven are subject to and to the servants of the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, and the seventh of the seven. These are called spheres, triangles, cubes, lines, molders, for thus stands the eternal Nadia and the Ahuhu, Yahoo. Hope I said that right. But anyway, well, there you go. Back to the seven chakras. We did a show the other day about the seven. It's all the sevens. 777. Seven is a powerful number. 7 to the third power. 7 to the, or 10 to the 10th power, whatever, and 777s. Okay, so think of it that way. 7 planes of existence. Here's the thing. The history of magic. How does magic go with the voices? Because you can speak it into existence. Maybe that's it. The history of magic and the Alhamrade Chataingiers, the words spoken by as well as the name of every individual largely determine its future fate. Why? Because when our soul, mind, creates or invokes a thought, the representative sign of that thought is self-engraved upon the astral fluid, which is the receptacle, and so to say, the mirror of all manifestations of being. So you have to speak it into existence. Therefore I speak, therefore I am. I speak, and my words shall go forth before me. Words are powerful. Great men, great orators became great men. All because they could speak, not because they could fight, but because they could wield pens with elegant words and fights without swords. The sign expressed the things. The thing is the hidden or occult virtue of the sign. To pronounce a word is to evoke a thought and make it present. The magnetic potency of the human speech is the commencement of every manifestation of the occult world. To utter a name is not only to define a being, an entity, but to place it under the condemn it through the emission of the word verbatim to the influence of one of more occult potencies. Things are for every one of us that which is the word, makes them while naming them. The word verbatim or the speech of every man is quite unconsciously to himself a blessing or a curse. This is why our present ignorance about the properties of or attributes of the idea, as well as the attributes and prosperities or manner, is often fatal to us. Just like the voices in your head. Can you think a thought without speaking to yourself? You speak words, they come into reality. And it says it's the magnetic, the human speech is a commencement of every manifestation. If I speak it, it lets it out to the world. There you go. I can speak words and things will happen. You don't realize how powerful your words really, really are. I could hurt more people by saying words and offend more people by words than I can by writing, by doing, making. I can offend a lot of people by speaking words. I could offend you right now by speaking my words. I could call you names, belittle you, make you feel like crap, make you cry. I don't even have to leave my house. You might get offended. You might push the dislike button. You might hit the like button if I say the right things. It's my speech that counts. I could be a great orator. You could write things in the comments section and say, "Wow, what a great thing he said." But if I say nothing good at all, you might just pass me on by. My words become reality. That is for sure. Let's go on. This book is really great. We're reading from, I should put this up here, so you'll know where all of this is coming from. This is coming from H.P. Blavatsky's book. And I had this up a little bit ago. And I don't know what I did with it here, but I had it. So we'll just put it up again. It's always there. It's there somewhere. And I put it up, and this is from this book right here. And I'll show you where it's coming. There we go. So there you go. This is the book I'm taking this from. I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's see. Let's continue on. Yes, names and words are either beneficent or maleficent. Maleficent. Sounds like that movie. They are, in a certain sense, either venomous or health-giving. Yeah, see, I could say you're a beautiful, wonderful person. I could say nice things, and then you would feel good. You're going to feel better in the morning. Things like that. I could talk in a soft tone like this. Or I could yell at you, and I can make you feel like crap. So there you go. Yes. And there we go. According to the hidden influences attached by supreme wisdom to their elements, that is to say, to the letters which compose them and the numbers correlated to these letters. This is strictly true as an esoteric teaching accepted by all Eastern schools of occultism. In the Sanskrit, also in the Hebrew, and all other alphabets, every letter has its occult meaning, and it's resonating. It has a cause and effect of preceding cause, and combination of these very often produces the most magical effect. The vowels especially contain the most occult and formidable potencies. You know your vowels? A, E, I, O, U. If you take the last three, I, O, U. I like those three. A, E, I, O, U. Yeah, you owe me? Great, there you go. Contains the most occult formidable potencies. The mantras, esoterically magical rather than religious, are chanted by the Brahmas, and also the Vedas, and other scriptures. The army of the voice is a prototype of the host of the Logos, or the word of Sefer Jara, called in the secret doctrine the one number issued from no number, or the eternal principle. The esoteric theogony begins with one manifested, therefore not eternal, in the presence and being of the external, or its essence, the number of the numbers and the numbered, the letter proceeding from the voice, the feminine vadish sepura of the 100 forms of nature, or nature. Yeah, I'll just call it nature. It is from this number 10, there goes with the 10 again, or creative nature, the mother, the occult cipher, or not even or ever procreating, multiplying in union with the unit I, one, or the spirit of life, that the whole universe preceded. Well, there you go. Yeah, like put together voices. You know, you got one voice, doesn't sound so much. But you put together 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, pretty soon you got 10 or 20, and it sounds beautiful. You know, that one guy might be off key, but when you put it together with all the others, he sounds just magnificent. And then you put it together more and more, and the voice gets louder. And if they all say the same thing, close your eyes and imagine yourself with 1,000 people saying the same thing and chanting something, how powerful it could be. Oh my gosh. You know, did you ever go to a stadium when they're all chanting, hurrah, hurrah, go, go, go? You know, they're giving without knowing it, they're giving the person energy. They're sending him energy through the fake frequency of their voice. Speech and mind. In the Arganua, or a conversation is given between Brahma and his wife on the origin of speech and its occult properties. The wife asks how speech came into existence and which was prior to the other, speech or mind. The Brahma tells her that Afana, inspirational breath, becoming Lord, changes that intelligence, which does not understand speech or words, into the state of Apana, and thus opens the mind. Thereupon he tells her a story, a dialogue between speech and mind. Both went to self of being, to the individual higher self of Narakanta, thinks, to Parachya, Parachimtai, according to the commentator. Yeah, I don't know what that means. But we'll go on from there. Oh boy, this is going to be a little longer one here. Okay. And asked him to destroy their doubts and decided which of them proceeded and which was superior to the other. And he's talking about mind and breath and speech. To this the Lord said, mind is superior, but speech answered to the self of being by saying, I verily yield you your desires, meaning that by speech he had what he desired. Thereupon again the self told her that there are 2 minds, the movable and the immovable. The immovable is with me, he said. The movable is in your domination, or you're on the plane of matter. To that you are superior, but as much, O beautiful one, as you came personally to speak to me in the way you did, therefore, O Savante, you shall never speak after exaltation. The goddess speech, later form or aspect of Vadish, the goddess also of secret learning or esoteric wisdom, verily dwelt always between the Purana and the Apana. Yeah, our Purana and the Apana. But, O noble one, going with the Apana, wind, air, that means your breath, though impelled, without the Purana, expiration of breath, that means breathing out, she ran up to wind. Though impelled with it, she ran up to the Brahma, saying, be pleased, O veritable sir. Then the Purana appeared again, nourishing speech. And therefore speech never speaks after hard or inspirational exaltation. It is always noisy or noiseless. Of these 2, the noiseless is the superior to the noisy speech. It's talking about the talking part. The speech, which is produced in the body by means of the prana, and which then goes, it is transformed into apana, and then becoming assimilated into the udana, physical organs of speech. That means your throat. We have this magical throat, Then finally dwells in the samana, and the navel in the form of sound, as the material cause of all words, says Arjuna. So speech formerly spoke. Hence the mind is distinguished by reason of its being immovable, and the goddess speech by reason of her being movable. Yeah, remember, speech develops from your breath, which is in your lower chakra there below, in your stomach area, because that's your breath. It's moving through your body. Your mind chakra is making the speech. It's working in your head, and it's working its way up in your breath as you breathe, and then out it comes through your throat chakra, and it's making magic. This allegory is the root of occult law, which prescribes silence upon the knowledge of certain secret and invisible things perceivable only to the spiritual mind, the sixth sense, and which cannot be expressed by noisy or uttered speech. That's like your spidey sense he's talking. That gut feeling you get when you can't hear anything, but something's out there. This explains Arjuna, or regulation of breath in yoga practices. This mode, however, without the previous exposition of, or at least full understanding of, the two higher senses, of which there are 7, as will be shown, pertains rather to the lower yoga. The hathath, or so called, was and still is discountenanced by the arthats. It is injurious to the health, and alone can never develop into Raja Yoga. This story is quoted to show how inseparably connected are in the metaphysics of old intelligent beings, or rather intelligences, with every sense function, whether physical or mental. The occult claim that there are 7 senses in man, as in nature, as there are 7 states of consciousness, as is collaborated in the same work, chapter in nature, as there are 7 states of, chapter. The prana, or resistance and regulation of the senses, being that of the vital winds or breath. The Brahma speaks in it as the institution of 7 sacrificial priests. He says, the nose and the eyes and the tongue and the skin and the ear as the 5th, smell, sight, taste, touch, and hearing, mind, and understanding are the 7 sacrificial priests separately stationed, in which dwelling in the minute space do not perceive each other on the sensuous plane, none of them except the mind, for the mind says, the nose smells not without me, the eyes does not take in color, etc. I am the eternal chief among all elements. Without me, the senses never shine, like an empty dwelling, or like fires and flame of which are extinct without me, after beings like fuel, half dried, and or like fires, the flames of which are extinct without me, all beings like fuel, half dried and half moist, fail to apprehend qualities or objects, even with the senses exerting themselves. Wow. The breath, the voice, the self, or wind is a synthesis of 7 senses. Oh, yeah. All minor deities and esoterically, yes, army of the voice. Oh, let's see. What do you think of all of that? We next see cosmic matter scattering and forming itself into elements grouped into the mystic four within the fifth element. Either the linings of Akasha, the Amundi, or Mother of Chromos. Dot, lines, triangles, cubes, circles, and finally spheres. Why or how? Because, says the commentary, such is the law of nature, and because nature geometrizes universally in all her manifestations, there is an inherent law not only in primordial, but also in the manifested manner of our phenomenal plane, by which nature correlates her geometrical forms, and later also her compound elements, and in which there is no place for accident or chance. It is fundamental law or occultism, and there is no rest or cessation of motion in nature. That which seems rest is only the change of one form into another, the change of substance going hand in hand that of form. And we taught in occult physics that which thus seems to have anticipated the discovery of conservation of matter by considerable time. Well, what does that all mean? That means that when we speak, the world vibrates around us. At least that's my interpretation of it. So when we speak, we send out vibrations. If we speak in good words, we have how should I say? It's like snowflakes. It's wintertime, so snowflakes. Snowflakes are in this beautiful form. If you ever put them on a microscope, or even if you look at them in your hand, look at a snowflake and how beautiful it is. It's all in a beautiful pattern, and it's beautiful. And if you speak your voice comes out in a frequency. And if you say certain things, it will make beautiful patterns. And if you speak other things, it will make horrible patterns, because we can change our frequency. We can yell, we can scorn, we can say bad words. See? We can say, I love you. And we can say, you're beautiful. And we can say things like that. And that changes the frequency there. We can speak in a low tone. We can speak in a high tone, low, deep tone, and that will change the frequency of things too. So by you speaking, you are changing the world around you. It's amazing how you can do that. But silence is also good. Saying you can absorb knowledge when things are silent. You take in the frequencies that are around you, and you absorb that. And then you can resonate with that. And resonating, you can speak the same or you can speak differently. You can absorb those other frequencies, build them up inside you, and then radiate them out in some other frequency that's better, changing the world around you again. Something to think about. It's kind of confusing, but it's all good. Let me know if you've had success at that. Speak your reality. I guess that's the way I'm trying to say. So speak yourself into reality that you want. That's an easy thing to do. You could be having, whatever, but speak yourself into a good reality. Say good things. Remember the rice project? Good, bad, and I hate this rice, neutral rice, and I love the rice. And you could speak that, and you could speak it in your water. You can speak it into anything you want. Speak it into your food. Energize that food with good speech. Energize that water before you drink it. Charge it with good crystals, good knowledge, good stuff by using your voice. We all have one. Try to do your best. That's all I can say. So go out, make it a great day, and do something nice for somebody. Wave to them, say hi, give them a big old smile. And with that, go out and be the frequency you want to receive, everyone. Love you all. Peace, everybody.